guys.
Welcome to Robbins Nest.
My name is Mary.
My name is Kevin.
And this is Mini
Mayhem!
It's not how I thought it was going to go. Welcome to Mini Mayhem.
So yes, as promised, we are bringing you our first Mini Mayhem review. We've talked about a few things that we were going to review.
So what does that mean, Kevin? What are we reviewing? How are we reviewing it?
So we're going to go over, usually we're going to reserve our reviews for full sets, or bigger sets, I should say. So, you've seen us unbox and unbag blind boxes or other minis. You've seen us build Legos. You've seen us open Funko Mystery Minis. You've seen us open Vinylmations. You've seen us display Vinylmations. What other minis? Kid Robots. Today, we're going to do our first review on the Disney Lego minifigure sets.
Disney Lego mini sets.
So, we haven't figured out how to do the fireworks yet, but that would have been pretty cool to have the Cinderella's Castle fireworks. Anyways, so we're going to do a review on the full set. It's a set of 18, so if you haven't seen these, you will see the full set now. If you have seen these and you're missing some, you will see what they would look like. Obviously, we will tell you what the piece counts or the pieces are in them, and we're also going to do our best to tell you maybe what to look for or feel for when you find the blind bags to try to find certain characters. Sound good? Alright, let's do it. You start.
Okay, so I'll start with one of my favorites that I picked out, and it's Ursula.
Just put it on there. There you go. Maybe you can see it a little better that way. There you go.
But now I need her back.
Oh.
Okay, so Ursula comes with a total of 5 pieces. So it's the trident. Sorry, guys. It's the trident. Her hair piece. Her head. Her torso. And then her tentacles. Right? So if you are... she's pretty easy to put together, so it's not time consuming putting her together. But if you're looking for her bag, I would tell you the easiest thing to look for is the tentacles. They're huge, they're one piece. You can feel the different curves in them. So it's definitely there, and like I say, it's all one piece. So it's going to be big and bulgy in the bag. Other than that, I mean, you could always try to feel for the trident. But I think that if you're looking for her, just feel the bags out. You'll be able to feel for her. I know that when we were looking for Captain Hook, I felt quite a few Ursulas just because of the tentacles.
Segue. So next up is Captain Hook, obviously from Peter Pan. He wasn't too difficult to find once you kind of figured out what you're looking for. So his piece counts is his hair and his hat
go together
are one piece. His sword, his head, his torso, and his legs. So again, he's not too hard to put together. The one piece that I really looked for was his hat.
He was gonna put the sword on the hook.
And what I felt for was this, like his feather on his cap right here, and then I felt down the slope, and basically you can feel the top of his hat right there, and where it was gonna slope back. So that's what I felt for, was just this piece right here, and then that flat brim, that flat part of the hat, and then the flip back to basically I found it and I was like, I think that's it, and it was it. So there's Hook.
Okay, so going into the next one is Genie. Genie, and Genie's piece count is his hair is one piece, his ears is another piece, then it's the actual head piece, then you have the torso, the lamp, and
his tail.
I guess you can call it a tail. So it's a total of 6 pieces. Sorry guys, I had to look down and see. I would say, I mean, this one is kind of tricky. I would say if you're looking for him in the bag, to maybe feel for the tail, because it's by itself. Now, if you feel a lamp, you definitely know it's either Genie or Aladdin, because they both have a lamp. They're the only ones who have the lamp. So if you feel a lamp and then you feel what would be the tail, the bottom piece, it is all one piece. If you feel that, I would tell you that you definitely have the Genie.
So I guess I should segue into the other one. So next up we have is Aladdin, from obviously Aladdin. So he's going to have the same lamp as Genie. They're both the same molds. His hair piece, his head, his torso, and his body, or his legs. So again, just like Genie, if you feel the lamp, you're going to have one of the two. If you don't feel the... I wouldn't say there's any really discerning factors, but if you feel lamp and you feel legs, you have Aladdin. If you feel a lamp and you feel like a tail, you have Genie. It's that simple. So, as you can see, there's a difference in the bottoms. Well, other than Genie's. So, here you go.
I'm going to do Stitch. So Stitch has a total of 3 pieces. He's very simple. We got his tiny little legs. We have the torso. Then we have the head. You want to look for Stitch? Just feel for the head. So the ears, the head, it's all one piece, interconnected. Did you want to add something?
Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought you were waiting for me. Well, I mean, he's very simple to put together. I mean, you could feel the shape of the head and then just the ears on the side.
Okay, so next up, I'm going to do Pan. Pan he's a tricky one to kind of find because he has pretty much regular pieces. He has his legs. His knives come together, which I guess that would be one thing you would look for.
But that'd be very hard.
It would be very hard. His torso, his head.
I guess the hat you could try to find.
And his hat, hair, ears combo, which there's one that kind of has it, but I guess that would be the one thing that would really do it, but it's very hard to feel for that in the bag. So I don't know. I think we got Pan by luck because we did buy a big bulk of them.
Yeah, we didn't have to feel for Pan. He was just already in one of the
what we did with
Mini
when we
Mayhems
found
that we had.
Yeah, when we found Pan, it was that we were going, I think, we found the bigger ones that were a little more dead giveaways, and then we resorted to make sure our bump codes were different.
What wasn't necessary? We started with the bump codes, and then we started looking for packs that weren't regularly the same
That's
sizes.
what I'm saying, like with Ursula and stuff like that.
Ursula, you could tell. With Ariel,
but once we
you could
started
tell.
having difficulty feeling them, we went to make sure that our bump
I think
codes
we
on
just
like 4 of them
grabbed him
were
by
different.
chance.
Yeah, we grabbed like 4 of them that weren't really easy to tell, so we made sure that all 4 had different bump codes, so we didn't match the pieces.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do Donald. And he has his little hat, his head, his torso, the flap that would be for his tail, and then his legs. So that's the total pieces that you're looking for, or that you'd be looking at to put him together. If you're looking for him, I think the head would probably be what you're trying to feel for. I don't know how well the hat you would find it in feeling for the bag, depending on how everything was laid out in the paper, because sometimes the paper that tells you all of them kind of gets in the way. You can't really tell the small stuff. So I would say the head, but the head could also be Daisy, because Daisy's in there too. So I'll let you do Daisy, but if you're wanting Donald, you're going to look for the head with the beak, and then you're going to try to feel for the hat.
Okay, so next I'll do Daisy. And similar piece counts. You have the bow. You have her head. You have her torso. You have her tail flap. And you have her legs. So again, like she was saying, the headpiece might be the easiest one to find. And then I guess your follow-up to that, since the only thing different on her and Donald would be Donald's hat and Daisy's bow. So if you can isolate some of these pieces, that's what you would be looking for, is find that bill and then look for the bow after that.
So I'm going to do Ariel. Ariel, for her piece count, I think she is very tricky. She, I think, has the second most pieces, because you have the little clam and then the little diamond or jewel that comes apart. So they're two different pieces. The good thing about her is her tail comes off and it's all one piece. So it's one that you could definitely feel in the bag. You'll see in the bag, because if I remember this correctly, when we were looking at just all the bags on the rack,
it really stuck out.
It really did. So then you have the tail, you have her torso, her head, and her hairpiece. Her hairpiece is pretty big too, so I think you'd be able to feel her out by that. But obviously, I think the dead giveaway for her is her tail. And I think they did really well with her, because I was kind of curious to see how they would do her in Lego. So to have the tail be all one piece, I think they definitely pulled it off.
Right, so next I'm going to go with Maleficent, if she could stand up. Maleficent has a pretty big piece count. She has the bottom part of her staff, the upper part of her staff, and then the jewel of her staff. And then she has her bottom piece, which is her dress. She has her headpiece.
The horns.
Yeah, the horns. The hair. She has like a dual, her cape is like two pieces. And then her torso.
So it seems like for her cape, there's a part that goes up to give her kind of like a hooded effect, and then the other part that goes down to be the actual cape.
So the giveaways you're looking for this one is definitely her skirt or her dress. She's the only one that has that block feel. And then also, if you feel for the staff, because Ursula is the only other one with a similar piece, but hers is a trident, so that's how you would be easily.
And the trident is all one piece.
Yes.
So
if you feel like the staff,
well, I think the horns too.
The horns, yeah. But she's pretty easy to find if you're looking for her, because, like we said, the dress, the horns, and the staff are pretty easy giveaways.
the Cheshire, right?
Mm-hmm.
So his piece count is his... Oh, so he has like little legs. Like this is really itty bitty little legs.
Yeah, he's like Stitch.
And his tail portion, his torso, and his head. I would... Oh my god, I dropped his head. I would say if you're searching for him, the head would probably be the best way to look for him. I don't think there's anything else that's really definitive about him that you'll be able to feel in the bag. So I would tell you to go with the head.
Alright, with Cheshire, I'll do Alice. For Alice, she's got like the cookie. She's got the drink. She's got her hairpiece. Her headpiece. Her torso. Her skirt. And her legs. So for Alice, I would say the giveaway is the cup. There's no one else with a cup. And it's... Why do I keep putting it over there? So it's going to be pretty easy to differentiate...
Or the bottle.
The bottle, the cup, from pretty much any other character, since she's the only one who has one. So, I guess the skirt would be a next one, but there's another character with a skirt, so again, you would have to know the differences in some of the other characters. So again, I would look for the bottle if you're looking for Alice.
I'm going to go ahead and go with Mr. Incredible next. See, we thought that he was Dash just because they didn't make him more muscular. I mean, I know he's just a Lego, but you figure...
There's some detail they could have put in. If
they could have put more detail. They could have made him bigger, because you have some other characters that are bigger. Or even just the detail on the torso, you figure they would have made it more muscular. To me, I really thought he was Dash. So on his count, he's got his legs. He's got his torso, his head, his hair, and then his little doing our part. What is this? Contract newspaper, whatever you want to call it. If you're looking for him in the bag, I would probably say the contract newspaper would be something that you're looking for. I know that the other one that's with him also has, Sinstro has one, but Sinstro has some creative hair, so you'll be able to tell the difference between the two. And I'm still trying to put the newspaper back in his hand.
Alright, so since we're talking about Sinstro.
Oh my god, I put his legs backwards.
So, Sinstro.
I don't know if you want to put that one up there.
I can't even get my guy up there.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry, guys. I don't mean to yawn, it's just kind of late.
So, Sinstro's piece count is his legs, his torso, his cape, his head, his hair, and his evil plot. So with him, you can't find his cape because it's thin, and actually, it's in the instructions.
Yeah, I didn't even know that till like this second one that I opened, because we actually opened two of him. And the first one that I opened, I didn't even notice that he had a cape until the second one, and I was like, oh, I didn't get a cape in the first one.
So, what we would suggest is just like with Mr. Incredible, look for the newspaper or the squarish tile, and then to get him, you would find the hair. I can't even do it. So, look for the tile piece to for his newspaper / plans, and then feel for this hair. So that would be my suggestion.
my next one, I'm going to go with the little alien dude. Alien dude is pretty easy. He's got his legs, his torso, and his head. His head is all one piece. This is how you're going to find it's him. It's all one piece. You can feel the 3 eyes, and you can feel his little antenna. So he's pretty easy to find if you're looking for him.
All right, his counterpart is Buzz Lightyear to infinity and beyond. So Buzz has a pretty good piece count. His legs, his shield on his dome, his head, his torso, his armor,
yeah,
and the wings that come off. So, in terms of trying to find him, he's going to be a little trickier, even though he's got a bigger piece count and he's got some definitive pieces. Try to find the armor and try to see if you can differentiate the dome from other characters' heads.
Yeah.
If you're not used to doing it, I would say look for the body armor and maybe the wings.
Maybe, but it's kind of tricky because it's not connected to the armor. They're by themselves.
So,
but he's
like
definitely
I would
an
find
interesting
that
character.
armor piece, and you're gonna find it. It's gonna be a thicker piece at first, but then you're gonna feel for the void in the middle.
Can we just talk about how detailed he is for just a second?
Yeah, for being a Lego piece, he's very extensive on the piece count. And even just like the knobs and everything else that they're really getting into.
I really liked how they did him. I honestly think that he's my favorite out of the set. And I think this is what I was talking about with Mr. Incredible, is how I felt like they could have really given him
a little more detail.
More detail to bring out his character better. And I just feel like with Buzz, they just gave us the whole package on Buzz. I mean, that's Buzz as a Lego piece, and that's really cool. So, my last one that I'm going to do is Minnie. So Minnie's piece count is her legs, her skirt. So this is what he's saying, that Alice also has a skirt. So Minnie and Alice have a skirt. Then you have the torso, you have the head, and you have the bow. So obviously if you're looking for Minnie, you're going to want to look for the mouse head, because the ears are connected. You could definitely feel the shape of the head. And then you want to try to look for the bow or the skirt. And then that's how you know you have your Minnie. If you're looking for Alice and you feel the skirt, but then obviously you feel a bow or the round head, you know that that's Minnie. I like how they didn't make the Minnie like the regular Minnie. I feel like this is a different outfit than I'm used to seeing her.
Instead of the red.
Yeah, instead of the red, and you know, I don't know, I just think she looks nice. So it's definitely Minnie. And her bow, like I said, comes off.
So next up is Mickey, last but not least. Mickey's piece count's pretty simple. He's got his legs. He's got his torso. And his head. So if you're feeling for Mickey, you're feeling for the mouse ears, and nothing else special after that.
Right, so basically just his head.
You should be able to isolate his head and then the other parts pretty easily, because the only other thing in Mickey's bag is his head, the torso, the legs, the base plate, and the instructions. So everything else is going to come off as a regular flat feeling piece. So
if you feel the head with the ears and you feel something else, it's probably Minnie between her skirt and her bow.
So that is it. We got Minnie, got Mickey, got Buzz,
Sinstro, Mr. Incredible, Alice,
got
Ariel, Cheshire Cat, Daisy Duck, Donald Duck, Prince Ali,
Aladdin,
the Genie, the Sea Witch, Ursula. Captain Hook. Don't confuse with Captain Morgan. Stitch. Peter Pan. Alien. And Maleficent.
And that is it. That is our first Mini Mayhem set review. And that was of the Disney Lego minifigures.
So we're both in agreement that Buzz was our favorite. What's
Buzz
your second favorite?
My second favorite, in terms of detail and everything else, I really liked Hook. I think they captured Hook pretty well.
I like Maleficent.
With his, like, a very extravagant hat.
I like Maleficent. I like how they did a really good job with her, just even on her coat pieces and the detailing of her hat and her staff. I thought they did really well. I mean, a lot of these they did really well. I think the only one that I was like, was Mr. Incredible. All the other ones, I think they really stayed true to the character. And I like how, especially for the headpieces, it resembles their head and they didn't just leave it like a Lego. That would be my second choice, would be Maleficent.
So, Lego, Disney, we're looking for Series 2. We're ready.
We're ready.
There's definitely some characters that we're looking forward to. Who would you look forward to if they had... Obviously, I think they got to do Woody.
Yes, yeah, they'd have to do Woody.
I think they'd have to do Woody.
In terms of princesses, I'd have to say Jasmine, because she's one of my favorite princesses. So I have Ariel. It'd be cool to have Jasmine. As far as...
What about a villain?
Villain?
I think they could do a lot with, like, a Jafar. Aladdin is a pretty good one to do.
Yeah, but what if they did, like, a, oh my god, Scar.
The Lion King? I'm not sure how they would do that, because since it would be an animal-based figure...
Yeah.
I
guess the Evil Queen would be cool, too, just because, like, Ursula has a lot of good detail to her. Maleficent has a lot of good detail, so I think that the Evil Queen they'd be able to give her good detail. But I think, like, Scar would be interesting if they were able to put him together.
They might do those animal-based ones on a different, so it would be very different to try to find, because, Disney does have animal-based characters. Like, that actually are animals, and that's what they're supposed to be. So I think they would do that in a whole different line, just so it would be different level-wise. Like, it would be very weird to have that set out like that. So, anything else to add?
No, I enjoyed getting these set together.
That was it, and not too bad. I think we did like 2 hauls.
We did 2 hauls, and then we got
we had to get Hook separately.
Hook by himself.
That wasn't too bad. So, thanks, guys.
Bye, guys.